NPZ Law. Hello and welcome, Lutka. Good to see you.
Hi, Vijaya. Thank you for having me again.
Very happy to do that. And Lutka, tell us about the I-94. Why is it important?
Well, it is very important. I-94 is an arrival and departure record, and oftentimes it's underestimated how important it is. So I'll give you an example. People enter the United States with a visitor visa. They may have visitor visa usually for 10 years. It doesn't mean they can stay in the United States for 10 years. It just helps them to enter the United States. But I-94 is the controlling document on how long they can stay in the United States. So when I say document, it's just because years back, this was actual white paper that was attached or stapled to the passport. Right now, it's electronic. So people actually don't get it. And that's the problem, because if they're not familiar with it, they don't know that they need to check it or they should be checking it and possibly correct it. So it's really important for every traveler just to make sure that everything was done correctly by the officer. And they can actually go online on CBP's website, which is www.cbp.gov/I-94. It could be even Googled very easily to find the site. And they can retrieve their own record, even the travel, arrivals, departures. Why is this important? Again, example, you may have somebody with the H-1B visa, which is valid for 3 years, but the passport is expiring, let's say in 8 months. So when they enter the United States, the officer will only give them until the passport will expire. So let's say only 7 months on the H-1B. Now, I've seen it many times that, people are here in the United States. They think everything is okay because they have 3-year visa. But meanwhile, if the I-94 expires, they start accruing unlawful presence. So extension has to be filed, or they have to leave and obviously get new passport and then re-enter. And of course, we see a lot of issues. For example, student entering on a F1 visa and they get B2 on the I-94. This all comes up during extension of stay, change of status, green card application via adjustment of status. I-94 record is necessary. So the applicant will be printing the record and it's part of the file. And whenever, we see all these issues, the I-94 needs to be corrected. So, even if there is no application that needs to be filed, I-94 needs to be corrected. How to do it? It's usually at the airport. There is a deferred inspection office. And now I would say in the past, they would go in person, they would explain what the issue is, and they would correct it. Now, because of COVID, it's more electronic. So they usually encourage, depends on the airport, to email. There is actually dedicated email address for each airport for the deferred inspection. And the person will just explain, what the error is, potentially provide supporting documents, and they will correct the record. And this is especially important when there is, as I said, any type of green card application or any change of status, because it's hard to fix it later on, when the application is already pending and government is requesting it. Or what we see a lot is that people cannot retrieve the I-94. So it's really important to mix up the names, use first name as the last name, maybe day and month. There's a lot of confusion for people coming from different countries, that they usually go by day, month, and year. So it's important to just try different combinations to ensure that you can retrieve the I-94 record, because as I said, that's the most important document or record that controls the person's status in the United States, how long they can stay in the United States.
Yes. So critical, actually, the I-94 record. Didn't realize that, and I'm sure this is a great service to everybody out there listening to keep an eye out for the I-94 and then correct it if necessary. And you have one more update for us too. So tell us about that, Lutka.
It's very important, again, for green card holders, those that travel back and forth. There was recent news, I believe it was this week, these renewals for the green card are taking, I think we talked about it, very long time, sometimes for 1 year. So when the person applies for an extension, they would get 12 months extension. So right now the government announced that, that will be extended for 24 months, which is a little bit of relief. So the person can travel with expired green card and receipt, I-90 receipt notice that, will be valid for up to 2 years, or hopefully the green card is issued by then. So it's
Yes.
important announcement for people that are still waiting for the renewal of the green card.
Yes, very important. And thank you so much for that. And with a reputation for legal excellence and a responsive client service, the Business and Family Immigration Law Firm of the NPZ Law Group represents clients from throughout